Hey everyone, Captain Leon from Captain Leon's Boating and more, and we are getting ready to spring into action. You know, our boat trailers, if they could talk, they'd probably tell us that they feel disrespected. We all love our boats, they're sexy, they're nice, we do so much to them. But our trailers, you know what? It gets us to the water and we don't think much about it. But reality is, if you don't take care of your trailer, you don't maintain it properly, it's not going to get you to the water. And then good luck having fun on your boat then. So what we're going to cover today is just taking a few minutes to look at your boat trailer to just make sure that it's being cared for properly. And if there's any maintenance needs, you got to jump on it. This trailer behind me is about 10 years old now. It looks great on the outside, but in reality, there's evil that lurks beneath. All right, so what we're trying to do here to be able to replace the leaf springs is we want to remove the weight from the axle, but by the same token, we don't want the weight of the axle pulling down on the leaf spring, creating tension there either. So we want to find this like neutral buoyancy, or whatever you want to call it, so that there's no real weight on that leaf spring. And the way we got that is, of course, the trailer is being supported on the frame right near the cross member there, and then in the back there. So that's holding up the trailer. And then slowly, as we lower the jack down, we get to the point where we can see the weight of the axle hanging on a leaf spring. But then if we bring it back up just to the sweet spot, it'll take the pressure or any weight off that leaf spring. So it's kind of just like in a floating loose fashion. And that's where you want to be in order to remove these bolts. So, you're in good shape. And a good idea to have a cinder block or something under there too. So just extra support, extra safety is very, very key here. So I did a bit of research on various penetrating oils, watched a few YouTube videos. Hey, imagine that, using YouTube to acquire some knowledge. Well, that being said, I ended up with this liquid wrench penetrating oil. It really tested pretty good. And what we want to do is just, spray this liberally on, the areas that, we know are going to be unscrewed, our bolts. It's only going to help. I actually had sprayed this a few weeks back when I was just kind of experimenting, if you will. And I did get these bolts loose, so I'm hoping we don't have too much of a problem today. Well, let me tell you, my timing is perfect. As I'm in the middle of taking this apart, check this out. So I'm under here and I'm loosening this nut here. And as I'm doing it and cranking it, check this out. The bottom leaf snapped off from the leaf spring. Boom. Not good. This is what you need to avoid, people. All I could say is, holy shit. I'm taking this apart and look what just happened. The end of the leaf spring right here, okay, that attaches, to the bolt in here, just came right apart in my hand. I mean, I really wasn't doing much to it, and it just came right apart. That is crazy. I mean, one bump away from this leaf spring just separating. I'm telling you, people, if this doesn't frighten you and you haven't looked under your trailer, just, you could thank Captain Leon for giving you the warning. Wow. All right, so we got that bolt out. This bolt is loose. We're ready to go. We remove this bottom bracket. Right, so this fits up on here and just drops over the U-bolts, easy enough. And now these U-bolts, they just come right off. Okay, so there you go. you know, they're probably still good, but we got new ones. And now pay attention to this plate here, because this comes with the new kit too. Okay, this is like a, I forget the exact name of it, but it's a plate that fits on top here. And it's important because that's where the U-bolts go around. So with that off, we're pretty much ready to remove this leaf spring right now. As a matter of fact, I think since this is like the slipper end here, as they call it, let's see if we can get this off. There you go. There you go. Let me get this out here. Whoo! Woohoo! Wow. Let's take a look. It's no bueno. It's no bueno. So here's where the slipper end hooks on. You could take a look at the condition of this. And this is really disturbing. Right over here where this broke off. I mean, this is killing me here. I can't believe that just happened. Okay, there you go. That's how it was there. So, moral of the story is don't screw around with this, people. This is a single axle trailer. Obviously with a dual axle you're gonna have, you know, more to look at, twice the amount of leaf springs. But again, you know, this Shoreland'r trailer is going into its 11th season, essentially 10 years old. I mean, everything else is in really good shape. You know, we did replace the bearings on here with a new hub, and my video on YouTube, which talks about this whole process, actually has over 200,000 views right now on YouTube. But so if you're interested in servicing your bearing, I'm going to link that below. But now we're doing leaf springs, and wow, that's all I could say. Incredible. All right, so we have a little problem here. The sleeve that goes around this side of the leaf spring assembly is kind of like rusted onto the bolt. No matter what I do, I can't seem to get it off. So looks like vice grips, we gave it a whirl, no good. And now we're gonna jump into the reciprocating saw. Okay, we are done. Leaf spring completely removed, and now we're going to clean up a little bit and get ready for assembly. All right, so here we go with the new equipment that's needed to rebuild this. You know, we got the two brand new leaf springs, we got the U-bolts, we got the support brackets underneath, we got the new bolts with the sleeve that we just had to hacksaw that off, and then of course the plate at the top, you know, that I told you about. I think I'm going to spend a minute here now just going over with you, how do you acquire these parts, particularly if you have a Shoreland'r trailer, how do you acquire these parts? So let's go into that right now. All right, so being that I have a Shoreland'r trailer, obviously I'm going to the Shoreland'r website. Once I'm there and I click on parts, get into the parts page, step one is a VIN lookup. If you don't know your VIN, you don't know your model number, there is a plate or a sticker in the front of your trailer up near the tongue. Take a look at it. It not only gives you a tire pressure, you know, that's expected on your trailer, but also more importantly your VIN number, your model number. So if you have that, you can just plug it in here. If you have your model number, go right to your parts finder, find your parts now, click there, and now it'll give you the opportunity to put in your model number. I happen to know mine, YAV2413SW, brings it up. Gives me different year versions of my trailer, so I want to click on the, you know, the specific year, you know, of my trailer, which was in early 2014. So it would be right in over here, and once I'm here, you can see all the various, you know, parts that are available with the different model numbers. You know, I can go in, I can click the frame bundle here, for example, and on the right hand side we have the schematic of that. I could zoom in, look at the specific parts. If you click on a particular part, you know, you'll see it lights up here on the screen, you know, of what you're looking at. You know, see here you can see number 6 flashing, or the fender, but you could zoom right in even further. Now this will give you the exact part numbers. I find this is important because if you do then go to contact your local Shoreland'r dealer, it's a lot easier to go walking in with the exact part numbers, so nobody's guessing what it is that you need or what it is that you don't need. You know, you should know. So this is a great resource. If you go back to this screen and you click on literature, you'll find that there's a lot of great options here. You can get your winch owner's manual, you can get your tire manual, coupler instructions, but check this out on the specs. It brings you to the specs of your exact trailer as it left the factory. If you need to know the length of your bunks, how wide your trailer is, this could be key if you're looking to replace your trailer, so you know exactly what you started with here with this particular model that was built specifically actually for Yamaha. Now, another great area to be able to obtain parts for your boat is to head on over to the Trailer Parts Superstore. They have a lot of great stuff there. Let's head over there. So here's the Trailer Parts Superstore. You can click on various brands of trailers. So you'll see here they have Easy Loader and Load Ride and Venture, so on and so forth. I'm just going to click on Shorelandr. It brings us to the Shorelandr page. I can click on the category I'm looking for, and then boom, here are the various kits of the specific parts. You can match them up with the parts in the schematic on the Shorelandr website that I just showed you, and you can go ahead and purchase right from here. I've been pretty happy, with Trailer Parts Superstore. They ship pretty quickly. But if you do have a local Shorelandr dealer near you, you may want to deal with them directly for that face-to-face. Hope this helped out in determining how you acquire parts for your trailer. All right, so we have everything now dry fit, and it's pretty straightforward. I mean, you didn't need to see me doing this, but we put the sleeve in here on this side just to mirror as it was, right? And then on this side, the bolt slid through. It's actually a little collar in the inside here that went right through. And then of course we have the U-bolts, and they go over. Don't forget this bracket right here. And then look, if you take a look right now, you can see there's a space under there. So, obviously this axle has to come up. So I'm gonna jack this axle up so it starts to put, some pressure right in here and pushes up on the leaf spring a little bit, okay? I'm gonna get that done. And there's actually a, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a bolt that sticks down. I guess it's the bottom end of this that sticks down and has to fit into a small hole in the top of the frame. Okay, so just gonna make sure that that space in there tightens up. All right, we're gonna move to the next phase now. Okay, so you can see now we got it maneuvered so she drops right in. So the bottom of this bolt, the head of it is dropped into that slot, and it kind of keeps this locked in now into the the top of the axle. Now we can start tightening stuff down. All right, so on this side, when you're putting this bolt in here, don't kill it. The amount of bolt sticking out past the nut here, I guess, is about 1/4 inch or so, but maybe a little bit more, maybe 3/8, I guess. Anyway, because on the other side, I took a look at, the leaf spring there. It's always a good idea to take a look at stuff before you take it apart, just to get a sense. But what's happening here, this is starting to compress, okay? The bracket here on the bottom of the frame of the trailer. So there's no need to squeeze it any tighter. It's just perfect. And you can see that the leaf spring is moving back and forth in there on that slide. So I'm pretty happy with as tight as that is. These nuts are self-locking nuts. There's like a crimp point on it, so that makes it pretty tight to bolt on, and it's not coming off, believe me. All right, here we go. Finished product. Weight is on it at this point, and we're good. All right, so that's pretty much a wrap. Yeah, it's not the most difficult work in the world. You just got to take your time. Getting through the rust sometimes can be a bit of a challenge, but you do what you have to do. And so important. Oh my goodness. So now we're not done. The brackets that hold the bunks, there's some rust on them, and the little swivel where the bunks swivel back and forth is getting worn out. The bolt in there looks like it's ready to come off. I mean, it's just work, right? But 10 years old, I can't complain. So that's my next step, to kind of work on those things. And then at this point, I think this trailer is going to be in awesome shape, and I'll be able to enjoy my summer. So I hope you like this video. If you're not already a subscriber, check it out. Captain Leon's Boating and More. Dozens and dozens of videos, self-help stuff, maintenance, so on and so forth. Mostly Yamaha based, but some other stuff too. So, all right, wishing everybody a healthy and happy boating season. Take care now.